Amnesty, Amnesty. What's happening with Amnesty? So nothing's happening with Amnesty. I haven't heard anything. Okay, and have you heard anything? Is it on the news? No, it's not on the news. Boris Johnson's forgotten about the Amnesty that he said he would introduce if he. I don't know if he really said if he gets into power, but we don't know. The only thing I'm concerned about this Amnesty is some lawyers. I'm not going to name names. Some lawyers, and I have heard this. Like over time, one or two of you will message me and say, "Is there Amnesty?" And I'm like, "Oh, there's no Amnesty. There's no Amnesty." I think I did something like I think three videos that there's no Amnesty, and you see on my post there's no Amnesty, and yet some of you will still ask questions. Oh yeah, but another lawyer said that there's an Amnesty if I've been here 15 years, okay, and he charges 3,000. I don't know what 3,000 is. If 3,000 includes the home office fees, which is 1,052, does it include the 1,000 immigration health surcharge if you apply? And that leaves him with what? I don't know, 850. Okay, so if it's 850, well, it's not too bad for his work. It's okay, but to get the 850, he can't. This lawyer can't be saying things that's not true. Okay, so I'm a little bit annoyed that these clients would believe a person, one lawyer who would say, "Oh yeah, there's Amnesty if you've been here 15 years." There's no Amnesty even if you've been here 18 years. Okay, um, unless you've actually been here 20 years, then there's a category, a special category for people who have overstayed in the UK and have not applied for a visa to be allowed to apply on the basis of private life that you've been in the UK 20 years. Okay, um, then you can apply and you pay this amount of money. But if you come to me and say to me, Annalisa, I've been here 20 years, okay, and I want to apply, yeah, perfect, I will apply. But do you know what? I won't charge you 850 because there's a lot of work involved in preparing your case for 20 years. Because what you have to do is you go back every year and make sure that there's actually connection from the date that you arrive. There's proof that you from the date you arrive up to the 20 years. You have to prove for each year, okay? And it's not just I don't expect you to come and say, oh yeah, I've got this much document to provide, okay? This much document. I expect you to provide lots of documents when you're applying, and that requires a lot of preparation. So for someone to say, for a lawyer to say 3,000 for, I don't know whether 3,000 is actually his fees, or on top of that, there's also the immigration health surcharge and the home office fees. If 3,000 for 15 years, he's talking about human rights application for private life. 15 years is, you can definitely apply if it's 15 years, but only if there is a connection between you and the UK. If you have a partner, if you have a child in the UK, if there was one who won, okay, there was one who won. She was here a long time, but she was a carer, and and she had so and she had a doctor that supported her application when it went to appeal. So basically, she applied, she got refused, automatic refusal. If you're an overstayer and you apply, automatic refusal. She applied, and then it went on to appeal, and then another appeal. And at some point in the appeal, there was a doctor who provided support and letter to say that um, her presence, okay, her work contributes to the welfare of the British person that she was looking after. And because of that one letter that the doctor wrote, she won her appeal and she was granted 2.5 years visa. Okay, she was granted 2.5 years visa on the basis of that one letter to say that the quality of life of the British person was dependent on her presence, something along those lines. Okay, so can't remember what it actually says, but along those lines, she was looking after this really old, vulnerable British citizen, and as a result of that, there was a doctor that supported her appeal, and the judge decided that yes, it was not her, the overstayer. It was not her human rights. It's the human rights of the British person. Okay, So there's a connection. So she won that appeal, but if it was not for that one letter from the doctor, then she would have been, refused. So there is no basis if you say I've been here 15 years, but I have I'm single. I don't go out. I have no connection to, with the UK. Then automatically I would say no, you would be refused. And once it's refused, then you can either appeal against it, then more money. There's a lot of money involved when you appeal, and there's no guarantee that you would eventually get your visa. I mean, I've had cases where people have been in the UK 17 years, 18 years, but it was still refused. Okay, so you have to wait 20 years, the 20 years category for application for private life. Okay, so that's one. About let me just check about the overstayers. Okay, so overstayers and Amnesty.